We had a sibling set of 6 that we took care of. Their birth mom, at first I was like hesitant because she seemed pretty like in your face, like calling me constantly, trying to check in with her kids. And it was like a little bit overwhelming. But when I was able to like set pretty strict boundaries for us, then I realized that it's just a mom wondering how their children are. And like she's terrified, from what she was going through. At that time, I think we had 9 kids, and it was a big endeavor for my husband and I. In the beginning, we were both like, what are we doing? We would just see 9 kids sitting around our dining room table and just constantly be like, is this really what we're doing? But I built a relationship with the birth mom, and I realized that it was just a situation that she was in, and she had 0 family support. And so my husband and I became that support for her. We helped her get on her feet, kind of parented together with her. And after a year, she was able to get her kids back. Now they're living in Oklahoma and they're all thriving, and mom's a manager of a store. And now to see like it's a success, but we can be still in contact with her and know like you're doing an amazing job. You're thriving there, and to support her and to see that. Each summer they come back to visit us in the summer for a week. Well, I'm Lindsey Roberts, and I've been a foster parent for 10 years with my husband, Nicholas. We have 6 adopted children and 1 guardianship, so 7 total children. In 10 years, we've had somewhere roughly over 50 children in our home. My husband and I have to have excellent communication to be able to make that work. There was no other way to be able to do that. From the outside, it looks like there's plenty of families to do this, but in reality, we need a lot more families. These children have never experienced Christmas. They've never experienced birthdays. They've never experienced just sitting at a dinner table together as a family and praying, or quietly sitting there and eating and talking normally. People don't realize is that the love is emotional, social, like you're giving them this well-rounded piece of love. It's not just hugs and kisses. It's like showing them what it's like to live in a family that's well-functioning. And so that's where the closet and the network really step in to kind of help families by providing vouchers for beds. The clothing is phenomenal. Like my daughter, was her favorite place to shop, only because it's just so comfortable, and she wants to go to the closet because she knows it's quiet. There's so many people that can love on her and help her find the things that she looks good in. These people are there to say, you look absolutely beautiful in that, The confidence that a child walks out of there with their little bag full of stuff that they just got, they've come into care and life's just been chaos for the first, several hours. And now like, I just got some new clothes, a new pair of shoes. They get a warm blanket. Just to have a warm blanket, it's important to them because that's theirs. That's their piece of like, I have one thing that I can call mine at this new house, and activities are pretty expensive, but kids need to be in those social activities to be successful individuals. They grow in so many different ways, leadership wise, like those team skills, communication, like all the things we want them to learn in a classroom. Take those and put those on a soccer field. You don't realize, like, I try to sign up 8 kids. It's $832 to play basketball. And I'm thinking, okay, wow, that's a lot of money. Networking with the foster network helps us to be able to say, okay, that makes it a little easier, For me, I would say like the friendships that I've grown from the ladies there have helped us sustain like some of those times when they're so hard and you're just like, what am I going to do? This is like rougher than we thought it was going to be. And they can kind of like support you through phone calls. Like you go there to get close and they're able to like give you a big hug and say, it's okay, we've all been through this, So many children that have reunited with birth parents, with their families, and we're still connected to them. And I think that's what keeps us going, is knowing that our mark that we're kind of making on the children's lives, we may not see it now, but I think down the road, we'll see the good in that when the children are successful. And like now when we connect with their families and we see that they're doing awesome, and, it just helps us to see like, oh, wow, like we have made a small impact, having people to support us through that journey and to help stay the course with us through the good and the bad is important.